is going on, everyone, and welcome to Kart 6T3. My name is Ben. Thank you very much for stopping by. Real quick, if you didn't mind hitting a like on this video, possibly subscribe to the channel, that would be excellent, fantastic, and stupendous. Stupendous, new word. That would be great. Kart 6T3 is brought to you always by TrackTac Tire Treatments. TrackTac Tire Treatments and my water mug. TrackTac Tire Treatments. Treatments for tires and tracks. Any questions about preps? If you're getting into prep, you need to know something about TrackTac. Shoot your questions this way. I will do my best to answer them. So, I had already recorded this video once. Didn't much care for what I said. And when I went to an anniversary date with my wife, we went up to Niagara Falls, had a really good time, made it the mist, swimming in the pool, hotel, Starbucks, the whole nine. Really good time. Just got me thinking, hey, you know, when I get back, if there's time on Saturday, let me re-record this video, just because sometimes I get going on tangents and then I even lose myself. I'm like, oh, this is the concept, or, you know, one of the things about this this channel is that I try and make some of the more complex stuff easier to digest. That's not how I felt that video went. So I'm re-recording it. Not that you'll ever see that, they will never see the light of day, so you won't have anything in comparison. But I like to be forthright with you people and let you know that I'm not jazzed about everything I say all the time either. And if it's really off, I'm sure not to post that. So I have a lot of experience with this as of lately, so I'm going to give you kind of a scenario why I'm going to talk about this. We're going to talk about too much left side on dirt ovals. Is that even possible? Okay, first let's break down. These are basics. This is not a always rule, but it is for the most part the rule. Okay, why would someone need less left side? These are reserved for tracks with less grip, basically. When you need more rollover on your right side tires and for them to bite. If you have too much left side, that just does not happen. Okay, I got told a long time ago, way back before I understood anything about chassis or anything, that they said, hey, try and keep your, you know, I grew up racing, or grew up, I was 25. Anyway, when I started racing at Paradise Speedway, real dry slick, Burris 33 type track and anything, somebody told me, you know, don't go too much to the left. You don't want too much left side. You will cause yourself to four-wheel drift. Now, this was, you know, 15, 20 years ago. A long time ago, somebody had just randomly thrown that information my way. And I'm like, okay, sure, too much left side, four-wheel drift, got it. You know, I didn't understand why. I had no concept of why that would be a thing. So lower grip tracks, they tend to like, you know, like I said, they like a lot of rollover. They like to be on the right side tires. They like to manipulate those sidewalls so they bite into the track better. So why would you want, you know, higher left side? Oh, that's really meant for higher grip tracks. Think of any time that, you know, you look at a modern chassis suggested setup sheet, and most of them are going to be, say, 59% or higher. Currently, my Recon with the clone on it has 60.4% left, which, okay, cool. That fits right within the, you know, what the manufacturer wants me to put on that chassis. But the tracks I run up here are not high bite. So when you're running that much left side, typically, not always, typically you're running real high cross. You're talking 65 to 67, 68% high cross. That high left allows for that to load that left rear, also creating high cross. So like I said, you know, when you're talking about down south, high bite tracks, you're also talking indoor, which is extremely high bite. You need a ton of left, and I think, you know, 60 is light, extraordinarily light for indoor tracks. So I just wanted to give you kind of a definition of what's going on, of why this topic even came to my head. So when I initially said this is a problem I've been having, the problem is just that I live in a region where we typically don't have very high bite tracks. My left side, this, is causing me to have too much left side bite. Now, I can counteract this a little bit with tire prep. I can build a lot of prep into the tire, but it still remains the same after, you get a tire going, after, you burn off tire prep, which is that really, really aggressive, good grip that my body type and high left side is looking for. Once that's kind of gone and shed itself off, you're relying on those right side tires to bite. And let's rewind, back 20 whatever years ago, when somebody told me too much left side, you're going to get a four-wheel drift. Well, that is what I've been experiencing. So I kind of want to make this video. If there's anybody much like me that is having a hard time, typically up here, for some of our tracks, a good left side balance is going to be somewhere 56 to 58% left. Really get some good right side bite on there. Well, when you're me and you're all of me, and I'm sure I'm not the only body type like this, I don't have any lead on the cart. I mean, I can load the right side of the cart, but then I have to go up in class, which I might eventually have to do here. I might just have to start running 400 class if there's a super heavy 425 and just putting the weight on the right side of the seat. That will get me to those percentages that I'm looking for, but it's unfortunate because myself in the clone right now, my base weigh out is 375, no fuel on board, which is fantastic for 375 class. But that left side is an absolute killer to me. I ran, this all kind of came to light. I ran clone 350 and 375. I think it's probably the last time I'm running clone 350. I'm just too darn heavy for that class. With fuel on board, I'm more 380 to 390, that realm. But anyway, I'd start off with decent speed when the tires are fresh, when the prep is fresh, when I'm into the track, and I would do fine. But as that wore off, as that that really good grip wore off, I would just feel, holding wide open, I would just feel the cart coming out from underneath me, getting that four-wheel drift, and I did not appreciate it. I can tell you that for a fact. Now, we can also rewind to the beginning of the year. When I started to run, I ran at AMS. I got a win at AMS, and here is where you take everything into account and you have to reflect back of where you once were. I was still running that heavy left side. Why was I able to win on the track that I got lapped the last time I was out at AMS at the Bill Layfield Memorial? I got lapped. Why was I able to win in the spring compared to now? Now the track doesn't have as much grip. It started to develop a little bit of a black groove, but not much of it. It still had that slidey, it was dusty type of thing. We'll rewind back to spring. What was I running? I was running Burris 11s, sticky. I was running SAA grape, real aggressive prep, and it was cold. The track had it wasn't cold slick, but cold grippy. It was a very heavy track, a track where when the track is gripped up like that, left side percent has, I don't know about an advantage, but not as much of a disadvantage. That setup, I was running a little bit higher cross. I was obviously running that left side weight, and it really worked out. When tracks are bit up, when they're really good, whether it be a wet heavy type track or if it became a really good track up here, a nice black groove, I think I might be okay. But I just, my experiences, that's all I can, really do with this. That's why I got into clone racing, I love UAS, and it's not that I want to get away from it, but the experience. I need the experience. I want to learn more about the craft, especially the craft in which you guys have, which is clone racing. And there's part of me that this is, it's been extraordinarily humbling to go from somebody who I considered one of the faster guys on an open in the Northeast division to now I got lapped. That's unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate, and I want to correct that. And I think time. I'll learn more about clones. You'll learn along with me. These type of things, like having too much left side. what are the things that can happen if you have too much left side? How are, I've yet to figure out exactly how to counteract it besides building a whole bunch of bite in the tire without making the tire fade at the end of the run. That's going to be a tough sell for me, but definitely a learning experience, something that, I sat back and I couldn't understand what was going on. I'm like, you know what? I believe it's the left side. I believe my left side weight is really hampering my ability to get around a track specifically like that. I'm going to have to find something to counteract that so it isn't so bad, because honestly, unless I drop 15, 20 pounds type of thing, which I could probably do, but I also like to lift weights. I like being strong, the type of thing. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm pushing 50, so leave me alone. I like cheeseburgers too. Leave me alone. So anyway, I thought an interesting topic. I'm sure somebody's experienced this before, and maybe it's something you hadn't even considered. Maybe you're just like, hey, I don't get why I'm just losing the rear end, why I'm losing the whole cart towards the end of the run. Maybe you want to look at your left side. Is it too much for that particular track that you're running on? Like I have. I think I'd be pretty good down south. I think I'd be good on, a tire track combination that was really, really bit up and good. I think I could raise my cross and everything would be great. But on this particular surface, it's going to take me a little bit to get there, and it might very well take an adjustment from you too. So there you go, guys. This went much better than the last video. I'm telling you, it was a train wreck, and it was just going this way and that way, and I don't know what I was talking about. I was talking about the same kind of stuff, just in a very difficult to understand fashion. Anyway, Kart 6T3 is brought to you by Track Tack Tire Treatments. And I'd really appreciate any questions, concerns, anything like that. If you are new to the prep game, you want to learn about it, if you're coming off of something else, you want to get onto Track Tack because some guy said that it's really good stuff. Please point your questions in my direction. If I do not know the answer, I know the people that can get you the answer, and I will get that answer for you. So thank you very much for stopping by. I will get this edited and uploaded on this here Sunday, and I'm not sure when the next time I'm going to race is. I got camping and NASCAR to go to and weddings and this and that, so I hope it's not a long time. I hope to get behind the wheel here shortly. We'll see. So thank you very much for coming by, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.